What's the best enchantment for your tools? In Minecraft, there are many enchantments for your tools, ranging from fire aspect, smite, efficiency, mending, and much more. And in this series, I'll be showing you the best enchantments ranked from best to worst in my opinion for every single weapon and tool in Minecraft Bedrock Edition 1.17. In this video, we will be covering the best and worst enchantments on the sword. The enchantments you can get on it are Bane of Arthropods, Fire Aspect, Knockback, Looting, Mending, Sharpness, Smite, and Unbreaking. Keep in mind that many of these enchantments can be enchanted on the same sword, so my opinion on the best enchantment may not be the same as yours. Now, starting with the worst enchantment in my opinion, we have Bane of Arthropods. This enchantment is just utterly useless. Bane of Arthropods, I can't even pronounce it. Bane of Arthropods increases damage to only arthropod mobs. Arthropod mobs include spiders, cave spiders, bees, silverfish, and endermite. These mobs are they're really weak. The reason why this enchantment is bad is because all of these mobs have literally no HP at all. You could probably two-shot most of these mobs with like a wooden sword. And with silverfish, you could probably just punch them to death. Having an enchantment that deals more damage to mobs that already get one-shotted is a waste of your XP, and in the end, your time. The funny thing is, the enchantment has 5 levels. Only a psychopath would enchant his sword with Bane of Arthropods 5. In my opinion, I would just avoid this enchantment completely when enchanting your sword, as you cannot put Sharpness and Bane of Arthropods together. Coming to the second worst enchantment, we have Smite. This enchantment is not bad, but it is definitely not the best. Smite increases your damage against undead mobs. Undead mobs include zombies, skeletons, the wither skeletons, zombie pigmen, skeleton horses, and zombie horses. Smite does not affect actual players, which means this enchantment is useless against another player. A good thing about this enchantment is that if you are playing on a single player world, the Smite enchantment is actually kinda good. Because the only mobs that won't, you'll probably be versing skeletons and zombies, commonly. The only mobs that won't be affected by Smite are Endermen, Blazers, Guardians, and mobs in the Arthropod category, like spiders and silverfish. It also won't affect the Ender Dragon or passive mobs, such as sheep and cows. Smite can also be effective when fighting against the Wither, as the Wither is also counted as an undead mob. Smite, similar to Bane of Arthropods, also has 5 enchantment levels. The enchantment table will never give you anything above Smite 4. This means you have to combine books or swords with the same enchantment level of level 4 to get the max enchantment level of 5. Next, we have Unbreaking. The max enchantment level is Unbreaking 3. Unbreaking, as you might have guessed from the name, will increase the amount of durability your sword has. In other words, Unbreaking will make your sword last longer. This is very useful on any tool you have in your Minecraft world, and it will just save you a lot of resources repairing your tools with your anvil. Moving on, we have the Knockback enchantment. The max enchantment for this is Knockback 2. Knockback is an enchantment that allows you to knock back enemies further than normal. The higher the enchantment level, the farther back the sword will knock back entities. This is extremely good when fighting against hostile mobs, as it allows you to have more time between hits and prevents you from being swarmed by mobs at one time. However, if you are versing other players, the knockback enchantment can help enemy players escape your reach. But if you are playing Skywars, it is very effective at knocking players off the bridge. If you play on a single player world, I recommend enchanting your sword with knockback. Next on the list, we have Fire Aspect. This is my favorite enchantment. This is the most satisfying enchantment yet. It sets fire to any mob you hit. And the best part is you get free cooked food. Forget the arduous process of cooking your food in the furnace. You can get food wherever you go. What's more is that it is very effective in PvP. If an enemy player is on fire, it is almost impossible for them to get a combo off you, as the fire damage resets their range when in combat and continuously ticks and damages them. The max enchantment for fire aspect is only 2. What's more, you can even light TNT with fire aspect, and even campfires. The uses for fire aspect are incredible. I recommend enchanting your sword with this in any circumstance. However, this enchantment, if you set fire to a mob in rain, it will just go out because the rain extinguishes the fire. Coming in third, we have Sharpness. This enchantment is how you do the most damage. Sharpness increases the amount of attack damage dealt to any player or mob. This means your sword will do more damage to all entities. It's one of the best enchantments you can get on your diamond sword or netherite sword. And it's how your friends two-shot you on the server when you spawn in. In any case, if you want to do the most damage to any mob or player, Sharpness is your best friend. The highest enchantment level for Sharpness is 5, which means you also need to combine 2 Sharpness 4 swords or books to get Sharpness 5, as an enchantment table will not sell Sharpness 5. This is very similar to Smite and Bane of Arthropods, but you cannot put all of those enchantments onto one sword, so you have to choose between one, and I recommend just choosing Sharpness over the other 2. Moving on, the second best enchantment is Looting. This enchantment will cause mobs to drop more items and increase the chances of rare drops. For example, an enderman will normally drop 0 to 1 ender pearls, but with Looting, the chance of it dropping more than 1 ender pearl increases. This affects nearly all mobs and will save you hours and hours of grinding in your world. The max enchantment level for Looting is Looting 3. Looting could possibly be the best enchantment if Mending did not exist. Speaking of which, the best enchantment for your sword is Mending. Mending is just so good. Mending repairs your sword's durability by collecting XP. This means your netherite sword will last forever. If you continue to mine ores and smelt items with infinite durability, you no longer need to use your hard-earned netherite or diamonds to fix your sword. It will just fix itself over time as you kill hostile mobs and mine ores. And that is my list of all the enchantments on your sword, ranked from worst to best. Now, I will show you how to always get the best enchantments from the enchantment table. But first you need a lot of lapis, a grindstone, and a kelp XP farm. The reason why you need a kelp XP farm is that it will give you 30 levels in 1 second, forever once you set it up. Once you have the XP farm ready with a lot of lapis, go into your enchantment table and hover over the bottom option. What you are trying to do is to wait for the pop-up to say Sharpness 4. If it doesn't say Sharpness 4, enchant your sword with the first option to cycle the enchantment table. Then, disenchant your sword with the grindstone. Do this until you see the Sharpness 4 option. After that, click on it, and your sword will be enchanted with Sharpness 4. And if you're lucky, it will also give you other enchantments along with it. The reason why you should first enchant your sword with Sharpness is because it is the hardest to max out, as it has 5 levels. If you enchant a sword without Sharpness 4, you have to go through the annoying process of combining Sharpness 1 books to make Sharpness 2 books, and then combining Sharpness 2 books to make Sharpness 3 books, and so on until you get Sharpness 5. This process can be skipped if you choose the Sharpness 4 option on the enchantment table. You then only need to combine your sword with another Sharpness 4 sword of the same material to get a Sharpness 5 sword. Once you have Sharpness 4 on your sword, you cannot enchant your sword again on the enchantment table. But you can add enchantments with books on the anvil. What you do is you enchant regular books with other sword enchantments inside the enchantment table and combine your sword with the book in your anvil. Keep doing that until you have all the best enchantments on your sword. Now I am going to show you the best sword enchantment combination you can possibly get in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and hit that like button. Now for my favorite sword enchantment combination, it's Sharpness 5, Looting 3, Mending, Unbreaking, and Fire Aspect. I don't like Knockback on my sword because it just helps my enemies run away faster. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching.